Welcome, everyone. Please rise as we say the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing to prayer. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Tonight's prayer was put forth by Vanguard Church, Pastor Justin and Jessica Collins. This is from Ephesians 1:8, says, God's superabundant grace works powerfully in us, release all forms of wisdom and practical understanding. We ask that you grant us this grace to make wise decisions and have practical understanding beyond our own capabilities to bless and benefit our city. We know your heart is to see every individual and family thriving. We ask for wisdom to plan and build for the future, not just for the present. Nothing is hidden from you. You know the beginning and the end. Please guide us with your wisdom, God. We ask for your blessing upon the city to be a place of beauty, peace, health, and prosperity for everyone. We ask you to bless and protect our schools and centers of education, strengthen our teachers and leaders, enable our children to learn and grow well. May they have everything they need to be strong and successful. We ask you to bless our businesses, make creativity and capital for growth and new ventures be released. We ask you to bless our first responders, our police, our fire department, our medical institutions. May they be blessed with protection, provision, and excel in every way. We thank you for our beloved city of North Tonawanda and the wonderful people you've placed in it. By your superabundant grace, may we all come together in love and hope to build a beautiful place both for today and for tomorrow. We ask this in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. I'd like to call this meeting to order, June 18th, Tuesday at 6:45 p.m. Can I have a roll call, please?
Alderman Braun.
Here.
Alderman Berube, not present. Alderman Pecoraro.
Here.
Alderman Tylek.
Here.
President Zazoka.
Here.
Also present, Mayor of the City Attorney Luke Brown.
At this point, I'd like to, this will be the time where we usually do the mayor opening comments. I'd like to have Bob Pecoraro and the mayor put forth a proclamation. We have two proclamations tonight. Mr. Mayor.
Well, I'm really thrilled that you're here to see two proclamations that were given out to two individuals that have really made a difference in the North Carolina community. When people ask me, what are you most proud of by being an elected representative of the city of North Carolina, I always say, if I can help one resident meet their needs and fulfill their goals and desires, that I've succeeded. And I'll tell you, these two individuals have over-exceeded any of my expectations overall. First, I'd like to call Mr. Larry Cook with the Oshai Foundation. Welcome, Larry. This is the City of North Tonawanda Executive Chamber Proclamation. Whereas, formed by the initiative of the John R. Oshai Foundation in 2009, the Mobile Safety Net Team was established to use research-informed practices to support and cultivate collaborations with those who strengthen under-resourced communities. From this research, reports were created detailing gaps and resources pertaining to basic human needs. And whereas the North Tonawanda Community Resource Hub was administered by Lawrence H. Cook II, Vice President of the John R. Oshai Foundation. Through his leadership and mentorship of this coalition, they quickly came to the understanding that access to services is the number one challenge and desire to take action. Whereas the Oshai Foundation is fully committed to bringing about marked improvements in quality of life and economic well-being of residents in Western New York community. To this end, the foundation seeks shared visions with community leaders and other funders that will lead to positive change in the Buffalo-Niagara region and enhance its reputation as a locale of progress, imagination, and excellence. And whereas in 2009, the John R. Oshai Foundation created the Mobile Safety Net Team as an extension of their basic human needs funding and in response to the economic downturn of 2008. In the first 2 years, the Mobile Safety Net Team was tasked with assessing needs and connecting residents to services. An inventory of 1,000 agencies was collected over 45 communities, and over 1,000 people were connected to critical that the team began to recognize that there were larger systematic issues that needed attention, such as housing, workforce development, and transportation. Whereas the Oshai Foundation extended funding to the Mobile Safety Net Team in 2012 and contracted with the University of Buffalo's Regional Institute in order to create a comprehensive assessment of 12 communities. These reports built human services. While this work proved important, it only scratched the surface of the team's previous work and added an analysis of service gaps and recommendations to the future. And whereas the Mobile Safety Net Team collaborates with the 12 communities to put the results of these reports to work, looking at report recommendations and beyond, community coalitions were formed as a way to put action behind the reports. Each community coalition works with a Mobile Safety Net Team. For North Tonawanda, the Community Impact Coordinator, Greer Hamilton fills that role to develop and implement a collaborative approach to change. And we're going to hear more about Greer in a minute. Whereas this hub would not have been successful without Larry Cook's leadership and mentorship of the North Tonawanda Community Resource Hub, and his insight and strategic vision have been felt by many who have benefited by his direct support.
Now therefore be it resolved that I, Mayor Art Pappas, and the North Tonawanda Common Council extend our deepest appreciation and gratitude to Lawrence H. Cook II, Vice President of the John R. Oshai Foundation, for his persistence and enduring support of the North Tonawanda Community Resource Hub. This accomplishment is a testament to his hard work and professionalism, and we thank you for your commitment to our fine city. In witness hereof, I set my hand and cause to be affixed the seal of our city on this 18th day of June, the year 2019.
Absolutely. I just want to say a lot of this really depends on the people in the community. We just have to serve as a convener and try to coordinate some activities, but really the work is done by the agency and the people in the community. So I accept this with honor, but it's really a lot of work that comes from the community. So thank you.
All right, Claire, you're up. And Claire's got a lot of support here with her too. And as I mentioned, their names are going to be mentioned in this report also. Okay, this is also a City of North Carolina Executive Chamber proclamation. Whereas the Mobile Safety Net Team, formed by the initiative of the John R. Oshai Foundation in 2009, was established to research and form practices to support and cultivate collaborations with those who strengthen under-resourced communities. In order to assess the needs of the communities in Niagara and Erie counties, the Mobile Safety Net Team released 12 community reports detailing gaps and resources pertaining to basic human needs. And whereas the North Tonawanda Coalition, where Greer Hamilton as its leader and Alderman Bob Pecoraro as the city stakeholder, built a coalition that came together after addressing regional transportation issues, where the team saw access to services as the number one challenge and desire to take action. Whereas the coalition opened the North Tonawanda Community Resource Hub, bringing together a variety of service providers and resources on a quarterly basis. Some service providers include Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, including the Program for Women, Infants, and Children, Mental Health, Legal Services, Utility Assistance, Education and Employment Resources, and much more. This quarterly hub meets the needs of residents where they most need the resources including tax preparation in the spring, family resources in the summer, legal services in the fall, and winterization and housing resources in the winter. Whereas overall, the hub provides more convenient access for residents, a concentration of services, and a consistent presence in the North Tonawanda community. Whereas this hub would not have been successful without the leadership of Greer Hamilton. Her mentorship and guidance have been invaluable as she hands over the leadership to the Community Resource Hub and the event planning's new coordinators, including Linda Harrington, who is also here from the Niagara Community Action Program, and Eileen Vicky of Ivy League Construction. Whereas this hub has led to services provided to residents, including a monthly civil legal advice and resource office outreach by the Western New York Law Center under Connie Joyce's leadership, and a monthly Niagara County Fiscal Permit Passport Office monthly outreach led by North Tonawanda's Clerk Treasurer Matt Parrish. Whereas we're deeply appreciative of all others who have led from the beginning, some without no connection to North Tonawanda other than those to help those in need, including Larry Cook, who we just recognized from the Oshai Foundation, Dennis Kane from the Cheektowaga Hub. Dennis, welcome to the program this evening. Connie Joyce from the Western New York Law Center. Dr. Ian Burke from the Niagara University Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Program. First Ward Alderman Mark Ruby. Eileen Vicky from Ivy League Construction. Suzanne Shears, Executive Director of the Niagara Community Action Program. Ann Michelchette from Blue Cross Blue Shield of Western New York. And Justine Hayes from the Cornell Cooperative Extension.
Now therefore be it resolved that I, Mayor Art Pappas, and the North Tonawanda Common Council extend our deepest appreciation and gratitude to Greer Hamilton, Community Impact Coordinator with the Mobile Safety Net Team, for her enduring support of the North Tonawanda Community Resource Hub. This accomplishment is a testament to her hard work and professionalism, and we thank you for your commitment to our fine city. In witness hereof, I have set my hand and caused to be affixed the seal of our city on this 18th day of June in the year 2019.
We will be at the summer block stop in there on Friday. So if you know someone who is looking for legal services or whether it's search for just a connection to another nonprofit in the area, please stop by the event to see us. We'd love to support you as possible. So thank you.
At this point, we're going to move on to, if anybody has any comments regarding tonight's agenda and the agenda only, please step forward and state your name and address for the record. Again, just comments on our agenda.
Mark Yarrow, 170 Christiana Street. I guess a little concerned about item number 3. Are you raising the dog license fees again?
Yes.
You raised it 40% recently. You going to raise it more? I'm gonna send Riley over here to bite you.
We're really just bringing our dog licensing fees up to par with pretty much every other municipality.
I liked it the way it was. I'm sure every other dog owner did.
As did I, which I'm a dog owner. I liked it the cheaper price, but as a city, we're looking for ways to,
Yeah,
increase
you
revenue.
get into our pockets. You do that very well, by the way.
But to answer your question, yes.
Is that what it is? And you also mentioned ID tags. What is that?
That's what you get when you license your dog.
Oh, yeah, and you're gonna charge more for that.
They're both getting raised, yes.
Good grief.
I know.
I
It's tough.
Oh, I can well imagine. Hey, while I'm up here, save me the trip up here again, I want to thank whoever was responsible for having Christiana and Bryant Street paved. You need to tell the crew that did the work, they did an excellent job. They were polite, they were courteous, and they were professional. Please remind them of that.
Thank you. Yeah, I gotta give a big shout out to Alderwoman Brown.
Whoever.
Any-
Watch the dog.
Anybody else, wishing to speak on any agenda item tonight, and the agenda items only, please step forward.
Hi, my name is Chuck Brunswick, I'm from John's Towing. We're talking about, the approval of the exclusive towing contract. I understand you are gonna, rule on it tonight, at least I think you're going to. I did send an email around, I just wanna reiterate that I am willing to, do as they do in number 6 on the towing contract for the cars, same with the heavy duty towing contract. And I'd also be willing to, split it with them on a rotation basis, which would give the city a lot more towing resources. It would also help them on their budget over the next 5 years. If you table it tonight, give yourself some time to think about it. Maybe extend our contract for a month until things can be worked out. Just asking you to think about it. And that's all I have left, my last stand. Any questions? No? Okay. Thank you.
Anybody else, wishing to speak on any agenda item, and the agenda items for tonight only, please step forward, state your name and address.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Sonia Juza. I reside at 123 Miller Street. On item numeral 3, clerk treasurer amendment to chapter 33 dogs, section 33-3 licensing of dogs, fees, identification tags. That's the only item in that ordinance is the license fee.
The only part being changed.
Richard,
It's the only part of that
that you're
ordinance being
amending.
changed. Yep.
Okay. And how much is it going from to? I don't have that in front of me right now. Currently, it's how much? To new. Please.
It was 7, it's going to 10.
Okay. All right. Licensing. I see. And why are you raising it?
To bring it up to par with all the other municipalities in the state, basically. That's basically it. We're looking to, in any possible way, we're looking to increase revenue for the city, and this is a small way that we're going to do it. We're just going to be on par with most other cities.
Well, I know the city always wants to have revenue coming in, and granted, it's $3 only, but if a person has several dogs, it does add up. But most importantly, what I'm thinking is, how does it benefit the people who own the dog or the dogs that are in our community?
How does licensing your dog benefit them?
No. How does racing?
I mean, it benefits everybody, anybody who pays taxes.
Is it better in terms of enforcement, getting enforcement done sooner, better?
I mean, well, it helps. I'm gonna have to ask Eric, the dog enforcement officer. I don't think that raising the price would actually help enforcement, but if people are registering their dogs, that helps enforcement.
I'm glad you said that. I know we're talking about dogs, but we should not discriminate dogs and not do the same for cats. In our cat ordinance, it says when a person would be addressing a cat wild, you don't know who that cat belongs to because you do not charge a licensing. And I think if we're gonna license dogs, we ought to follow through and not discriminate. I know some people agree, some people don't agree, but let's look at the fact that your cat ordinance, if anybody reads it, it's like you didn't read the legal department, none of you read your cat ordinance. Please look at see what I mean, to be very brief. I would also mention regarding the appointment on historic preservation, the beginning of June, I look at your calendar and I see the dates and I saw the historic preservation. I wanted to know what's on the agenda. I saw the date and I think the time, but I looked for the agenda, it's not there. Now, this has not happened just one or two or three times. This has been a regular practice, which is very unacceptable. I belong to a group where we want to see transparency. And one of the very basics of transparency in our municipality, in this state, is that agendas be provided when you let people know there's a meeting. But we haven't been doing this for some time. In fact, I remember when you were appointing the new chairman, I mentioned this to her. I think she lasted maybe less than a year and she decided to leave. I don't know if that had anything to do with maybe the way you're running things, but I want to make clear, the city of North Tonawanda, you are the elected representatives. You need to follow the law. You need to help us do a better job of helping our city to get better and have good governance. So I hope that the practice of not putting minutes out, agendas and minutes, but the other thing is sometimes the minutes aren't there. I know the traffic safety committee, they put their info out. I appreciate that. That helps us. We want to be part of our city. And if you want people to be part of the city and feel an engagement and that they are a citizen of the city, you need to provide.
So, and I think you and I we had a discussion about some of the, like the website and some things like that last week and how we're working on the website. There's already been some changes made and we can.
I'm not talking about the website.
I'm saying to post the minutes.
Transparency.
Okay, but I'm saying for the agendas and the minutes, that's something that we can probably, start putting up there if that's what you want, so.
I just hope that all of you, Mr. Pecoraro, Mr. Tyler, Mr. Zazzilla, Mrs. Braun, and Mayor, are you committed to having transparency be a practice in this municipality?
Absolutely.
Good.
Yes, Sonia, we should post all of our minutes and agenda.
Yes, and I think we've taken major steps forward.
And what?
Yes, and we've taken major steps forward to do so.
Yes, absolutely.
Mr. Mayor? No comment?
No comment, yes.
Okay, I can't say enough about that. On that, ex-police chief, approval of the exclusive towing contract for the 2019 season for certified towing. Exclusive, what does that mean, exclusive? They're the sole towing person? And there were bids? That was the best. What is that bid?
It's first of all, we're pretty much past the 5 minutes, but it's not like a regular RFP bid as we don't actually pay any of the tow companies any money really. So we brought them all in and had them more or less interview in front of the council. This was a few weeks ago. And then based off of the police chief and the fire chief's recommendations, that's how the council is going to make their determination on which company.
No, putting a bid out. Do we have many towing people in this city who have that business?
Were you here for that workshop?
What?
Were you here for that workshop? I believe you were here for that workshop. We had all four of the people that.
When was that?
That was a month ago.
I don't think I was.
You might recognize the gentleman over here. They were at that workshop.
I don't believe I was there. I could be wrong, but I have a lot of things going on. And Mr. Zazzilla.
Who?
Zazzilla.
Zilka.
Zazzilla, okay. What about, since we can't all make
Your
it?
time is up at
When we,
Hold on one
since
second.
we,
Yes, I know, we're approaching the 5 minutes. We're pretty much past the 5 minutes, so.
but we have a dialogue. Are you counting
Okay.
my time?
We counted that and then some. Let's be fair to anybody else that would like to speak. We love hearing from you, but you're not the only one that we need to hear from. So let's let somebody else come up if they need to about tonight's agenda.
There's a history of you cutting me short and giving other people more time. I want to know about community development. What's going to be the program for that grant?
Well, you had the opportunity to talk to him, and you talked to Laura, and you took some time during that. So why don't we find out that information for you and get back to you?
Thank you.
Anybody else wishing to speak on tonight's agenda and anything on tonight's agenda only? Seeing that there's none, we'll roll the agenda.
Okay, on to approval of the minutes of the regular session, June 4th, 2019.
So moved. We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion's carried.
Approval of the minutes of the special session, June 11th, 2019.
So moved. Second. We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Accept the minutes. We all in favor, we said yes, so motion is carried.
On to proof of publication and published 6/8/2019. Number one, legal notice, public hearing to discuss local law 20 to establish a sustainable energy loan program, also known as PACE. And actually, I guess that would be submitted from Boston, not.
Is that the only one?
Make the motion to receive the file.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion's carried.
With there were two publications, that's why I was. That's okay, just do the next one. Make a motion to approve, the publication for public hearing for the community block grant program.
Make a motion, I'll second that. We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion is carried.
Okay, on to communications from city officials from Austin Tylek regarding approval of open PACE, local law number 20.
Again, if you're at the public hearing earlier, it's been a long road, a lot of months, a lot of information and dialogue between different departments and city council people. The mayor was involved, the attorney, accountant was, the clerk was. So it's a great program, and this, hopefully if approved, will be the final stages to allow residents for low interest finance loans on clean energy improvements for multi-family properties and commercial building owners as well. So, and if anyone wants any more information, I'll be working with Lumber City Development to make sure they're connected and can use it as a tool for anyone inside or outside the city. All right?
Gonna make a motion?
Make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Okay.
We have a motion and a second. Can I have a roll call, please?
Alderman Braun. Alderman Berube, not present. Alderman Pecoraro.
Aye.
Alderman Tylek.
Aye.
President Zilka.
Aye, motion carried.
From the Office of the Mayor regarding appointments to the Historic Preservation Committee.
I'll make a motion that we reappoint and appoint Said I'll make the motion that we're reappointing and appointing the people that the mayor put forward.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion's carried.
From the Office of Water and Wastewater regarding renewal of agreement with Interscope. What did I say?
The dog.
Thank you. A little bit screwed up, I guess. I apologize for that. Okay. So I will add in another. From the Office of the City Clerk Treasurer regarding amendment of Chapter 33 dogs, Section 33-3, licensing of dogs, fees, and identification tags.
Make the motion to accept that.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Can I have a roll call, please?
Alderman Braun.
Aye.
Alderman Berube, not present. Alderman Pecoraro.
Aye.
Alderman Tylek.
Aye.
President Zilka.
Aye, motion carries.
I apologize for the. On to the Department of Water Wastewater regarding renewal of agreement with Interscope.
I'd like to make a motion that we do the renewal of the agreement. I'll second that. We have a motion and a second. Can I have a roll call on this as well?
Alderman Braun.
Aye.
Alderman Berube, not present. Alderman Pecoraro.
Aye.
Alderman Tylek.
Aye.
President Zilka.
Aye. Motion carried.
From the Office of the Accountant regarding payment of the abstract of claims dated June 4th, 2019.
I'll make the motion that we pay the abstract.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Can I have a roll call on this, please?
Today is June 18th.
This is pretty.
June 4th.
Was there a question? You got it?
I thought it says June 18th, and just, is it supposed to say June 4th or June 18th? Because I swear you said June 4th.
I did say June. It should say June 18th. It does say June 4th.
It's
Again,
okay, I just wanted, that's it.
apologize.
That's okay.
So we have a motion to accept payment of the abstract claims dated June 18th. And we have a motion and a second. Can I have a roll call, please?
Alderman Braun.
Aye.
Alderman Berube, not present. Alderman Pecoraro.
Aye.
Alderman Tylek.
Aye.
President Zilka.
Aye. Motion's carried.
From the Office of the Police Chief regarding approval of the exclusive towing contract for the 2019 season to Certified Towing.
I'd like to make a motion to table this item for further discussion. I'll second that. We have a motion and a second to table this item. Can I have a roll call, please?
Alderman Braun.
And this was, tabled for the fact that Mark Ruby really wanted to weigh in on the contract also. So he should be here next week, to discuss that. I am having trouble with both microphones tonight, Sonia. So, yeah, this one is buzzing and this one is very quiet. But,
You said aye though, Don? Okay.
Alderman Pecoraro. Alderman Tylek.
Aye.
President Zilka.
Aye. Motion's carried.
On to monthly reports from the Clerk Treasurer, Senior Citizen Center, and Police Department.
Make the motion. I'll second that. We have a motion and a second to receive and file monthly reports. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion's carried.
On to communications from others. Okay. I'm sorry, we're gonna back up a little bit and move on to number 32 regarding permission from the Office of Community Development regarding permission to hold a public hearing on July 2nd, 2019 in City Hall for the Community Development Block Grant Program.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion is carried.
The one that we, well, I'm sorry.
It's a different grant.
Which is it?
We said a community development block grant.
I know. What
Is it-
program is it on?
Economic development.
What grant? Okay, it's economic development, but what is it for? Economic development. Really helpful. You know?
Yeah, we're doing
It's the New York State Office of Community Renewal, Community Development Block Grant Economic Development Program.
I
We
know.
invite you to come to that hearing.
So please do not shout out from the audience. Please,
No, it's a different one.
I told you it's a different one.
Sonia, the one earlier that was a public hearing, so CDBG, right? And then there's multiple, let me finish, thank you. Micro enterprise is the one we did earlier, so this one's economic.
What's this one that you're?
Economic,
And
economic
it will be
development.
explained further at
You
the
know,
public
these
hearing.
programs have names, when you make a motion, you.
Right.
We do. Please do not shout out from the audience. Please do not shout out from the audience.
So,
Please,
so,
make a complete motion.
okay, so yeah, it, in the package itself, it does call out the economic development program specific, which is different than the micro
I
enterprise.
know.
Okay,
What's
but
the name of it? What is it for?
it's for the public hearing to talk about this program.
Right, that's what they'll explain it. They'll explain it at the public hearing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we
We
are
don't know
approving.
what it's gonna be about.
We are approving the public hearing on July 2nd to talk about the
Okay.
economic
Sonia,
development
your
program.
dialogue stops. Sonia,
We can talk about it.
Sonia, no more dialogue when we're going through the agenda, please.
Okay, moving on.
Yes.
All right, and if my agenda is correct here, which seems to not have been very often tonight, we're on to communications from others. Am I right with that? Okay. Starting with OLC Church regarding permission to have their feast day celebration, Sunday, August 25th, 2019.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a
Who's
second.
got the second on that one, man?
Motion made by Eric, seconded by Bob. He was louder.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion is carried.
From Columbia Hook and Ladder regarding approval to add John Strouch to the North Tonawanda Fire Roll. Strouch.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it. We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion is carried.
From the Boys and Girls Club regarding amendment for approval of their annual Canal Fest 4 Miler, Thursday, July 18th, 2019.
So moved.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion is carried.
From Melissa Breeden regarding permission for a block party, July 27th, 2019 on Daniel Drive.
I'll make the motion. I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
And finally, if this is correct, from Live Hose Company regarding exemption petitions for Bruce Harding and Michael Harding for 5 years of service.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second. You got a second on this? Motion from Don for, and, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Once again, I apologize for the mistakes on my agenda here.
And moving on, we're going to have any, closing, comments from the residents, any, input on any city business. Please step forward, state your name and address for the record.
Good evening. My name is Joseph Kissel. I'm here tonight calling, 950 East Robinson. I'm here tonight calling on the real independence of the Independence Party. For years, independent-minded residents have been joining the Independence Party of Niagara County. The politicians currently in office, however, and backed by the official Independence Party of Niagara County are the same party functionaries that have seen North Tonawanda and Niagara County down the same road for 40 years. But for those looking for a fresh direction locally and not keen on being dictated at from either end of the political spectrum, independence has not been achieved. Meanwhile, Niagara County loses more than 6,000 residents since 2010, accompanied by an influx of sex offenders and other downstate transients. Taxes continue to rise, good jobs are scarcer, and the people feel they have little voice with their elected representatives. And during this time, the Independence Party is continuously infiltrated by phony independents seeking to preserve the status quo by playing electoral games and subverting your independent vote and voice. The real independent choices are clear. Fortunately, there's a choice of independent-minded candidates from North Tonawanda seeking to rebalance government in North Tonawanda and throughout Niagara County. These candidates come without strings attached, unlike their opponents who answer not to you, but to unelected party bosses who got them appointed in the first place instead of elected by the people. These candidates are Robert Brennan, NT Alderman at Large, Nick Phelps, City Clerk Treasurer, Ed Smolinski for 3rd Ward Alderman, Eric Herbert, 7th District County Legislature, and myself, Joseph Kissel, 9th District County Legislator.
Joe, did you tell me this was gonna be an advertisement?
This is about the welfare of the city.
I don't think.
These independent party members, all individuals, and all qualified to take on responsibilities of the city and the county will serve you first and party leaders last. Your voice, your vote matters. If you're a real independent member of the Independence Party, you'll care enough to vote Tuesday, June 25th, and make a stand for individuals in local governance and not another year, 40 years of one-party politics that's anything but independent. Thank you for your consideration and your time. Thank you.
Thank you. And Joe, there's some inaccuracies in that. I was never appointed, neither was Donna.
I was never appointed
I don't know
to
where
this
you're getting your
position.
information from.
I have been elected by the people all of the term.
As well as I.
I was elected to the school board.
Did I mention your name?
No, but you
said all of
mentioned
them.
us
As a group.
in your other
I said
articles.
most of them.
If you're
That
gonna
is true.
stand and use this as a soapbox, if this is not what this is
North
for,
Tonawanda is the land of the appointed.
I am not
I
appointed.
am not appointed. either.
Never been appointed.
Let's stick with the facts.
Not me.
Okay, listen. Okay, thank you for that political advertisement. I appreciate it. Paid for by Joe.
For the welfare of the city.
No, it isn't.
For your welfare.
That's
It's for your welfare.
Okay.
Anybody else wishing to, speak on any city business or within the city? Please step forward. Seeing that there's none, we move on to closing comments. Alderman Austin Tyler. Oh,
Somebody was coming up. Donna, my name is Sonia Duza. I reside at 123 Miller Street. He did mention a name of anyone, so that was uncalled for.
In his article. yes.
Never mentioned my name.
Okay, we'll move on. Sonia, go ahead.
I'm glad that Joe Kissel spoke up. People I know who are true independent people, they have an issue with this particular issue on the Independence Party. So I'm glad, thank you for speaking on that. That's part of the machine that's in this town. We have got to get rid of it. And if you people care about governance, true governance, you'll think about what he said and help change the old boys network that has been in place for decades. The reason I came up, I'm a stickler for truth, people speaking what's being said. And what I wanted to address today is the transparency and openness. In March, there was a wonderful session where people were engaged. I've been talking about code enforcement for over 25 years, and there was a developer who came up and was saying, hey, River Road is so run down and no code enforcement, we want this. I thought, yay! I agreed. And you know what? He was given opening the doors. We want to work with you. Did you ever say that to me? We want to work with you. No, I had to take, I and my parents, a lawsuit to get basic justice to have you follow your own codes, the city ordinance. It's not complicated, but it's basic and it's very good. Of course, it needs updating, but I couldn't get this. And so I look at the minutes maybe a week later or so, and you know what? That person, Lou Bisson, his comments were not part of the record. The first three names were on the March 5th, 2019 minutes were Mike Koenig and Carl Bauer. I just learned today it's changed. And those minutes were modified June 13. The minutes were done March 8th, and it didn't have all the speakers who spoke. but it was modified on June 13th. The developer who spoke and who chastised and asked for help about
Sonia,
the unsightliness, please.
No, hold on one second. The video was, but there was a video up there where he was actually on film on the website, which basically is better than just transcribing the minutes.
The point is, those minutes are crucial. I would like to see from now on, I would like you, our common council, to have a resolution that before minutes are read, the clerk of the office of clerk will check what was said and will check for accuracy, what was said, who said it, and certify that this is a true true words of what was said, because I have over the years thought, I never said that. 2 or 3 years ago, a lady came up here. She said, I read the minutes. I didn't say what was in the minutes. I don't read the minutes every time there's a meeting, but then I looked, then I thought, I gotta look again. Sometimes what I've said is what I call off the wall. I never even said what you're talking about. Even in these minutes, I did not say what's here.
15 seconds.
I would like people to look at the video, hear the video, because the video is not a video, it is really an audio. I would like people in the audience and people listening to maybe the tape, I would like them to listen to that video of March 5th and hear what the people had said and compare. I have a copy of the original minutes and the current ones. The issue is, we need to have the truth, not something that somebody else wants to make up.
It's on the video.
I can't enforce this.
Sonia, if you don't have a seat, I'll
I
have the
can't
officer.
say this enough.
Sonia, if you don't have a seat, I will have the officer.
Thank you, Mr. Zadzilla. Mr. Zadzilla, I hope people will check that video, and I think if they look at it, you may not be reelected.
They should have see the video. It's there for everybody. And you guys asked for the video, and we're happy to record it. We record our meetings for the utmost transparency. We've made great strides of transparency. Okay, now, by the way, we were in closing comments when you came up to do your comments. So we're going to continue with our closing comments. Austin Tyler.
It is hot in here, isn't it? So hello, everyone. I just want to say congratulations to the 3 appointments to the Historic Preservation. I always mix it up, right? And Kristen always knows that name. Board, committee, commission. Well, it says committee on my sheet, so. But, so congratulations. I think you guys are an asset to the city. My house is 100 years old, and I know, Kristen, you've been over there and you critique it left and right, so it's really great. But the other point I wanted to make was Friday is a ribbon cutting for Just Say Cheesecake. It's on Webster Street. If no one's been there yet, I believe it's at 10:30. So if you haven't been there, they're really nice. So show up, say hello, or go over the weekend or today or tomorrow. So and I believe, and again, the PACE program is going to be sort of handled through Lumber City Development. They will point you in the right direction, but the organization in the state will help you guide you through it. So, all right. So thank you everyone for coming. If there's any students which are not, because school is basically done, but have a good night.
Alderman Bob Pecoraro, any closing comments?
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you for indulging me in the 2 proclamations to the 2 individuals that really made a difference to the Hub for Services that we provide to the residents on a quarterly basis. Again, if you don't know anything about the Hub for Services, come out Friday afternoon at 4 o'clock for the Summer Splash. You'll see more family resources there at Payne Park, their Memorial Pool, but it's going to be a great thing. And also, we moved our Food Express, Niagara Community Action Program, every month does a Food Express for those communities and residents in need. And the Food Express is also gonna be at Page Park, and I believe it's gonna be done at 1 o'clock. So, thank you for that. That's all I have.
Thank you. Alderwoman Donna Braun.
Thank you. I know it was said earlier in the public hearing, but I'd like to thank Natalie Brown and Laura Bergman for all their hard work on art on Oliver Street this past weekend. It was a great event, and if you haven't been down there, the art will be up for another 6 months. It was great to see the excitement that was happening down there, and it was a beautiful day, thank goodness. Second, July 27th, we have our Kaboom Playground project that is coming, and we need as many volunteers that day as possible. You can go to our Parks and Rec website and sign up. And if you can't go there, come see me. I can get you signed up to be a volunteer. Then we need 200 volunteers the day of the build, so it'll be exciting to see that happen. And I would like to reiterate what Mr. Yarrow said. I think that the DPW guys are getting more compliments lately on them paving the roads, and they are very courteous. I get people calling me, thanking me so I could thank them, and they are doing a great job on the roads. And besides that, they're doing a great job on the trees. We have a lot of old trees in the city that unfortunately have to be taken down. And they have done a great job. They're working on one particular street right now that unfortunately a lot of those big trees are hollowed out in the middle. But I'd like to give a shout out to them. I'm not going to say anything at this particular time. Thank you.
City Attorney Luke Brown, any closing comments? City Clerk Treasurer Matt Parrish.
Thank everybody for coming out tonight. I'd also just like to thank all of you for all of the hard work that you do, in and for the city on a daily basis, along with the department heads and basically the rest of, all city employees. Everybody's really working really hard right now, to get our facilities up to snuff with the bad weather we've been having. And just thank you all for your hard work. That's it.
Thank you. Mayor Arthur Pappas.
No, just basically, as I usually do, thanking the department heads and our city workers and for everything they've been doing to keep things in shape. And after dealing with the elements that they have been doing a great job. And thank you to the residents for their patience as we try to get grass cut, trees down, and streets paved. So I just want to thank everyone for that. Nothing else.
Lastly, I'd like to say congratulations to Columbia Hook and Ladder. They won the Fireman's Parade Mayor's Cup Award at their Fireman's Inspection Parade on Saturday. And I thought all the companies looked very good. So kudos to those that put themselves at the service of the city for our benefit, whether it be fire or rescue, and all the volunteers associated with those companies. It was a very successful parade, and we did kind of make rounds to the fire halls, and we did have the pleasure of marching in the parade. So thank you to those folks. And in closing, I just want to say, I'm always going to leave on a positive message. We're going to, we talk about the things that we've been doing. If you look at around the city, you'll see progress. And we heard some of our speakers tonight say progress. And that's what we've been working together with our department heads, together with our clerk treasurer, our fellow colleagues, and we work together and we get things done. And that's what it really is all about. I don't think party plays a part of anything I do when it comes to be the residents of the city and the residents that depend on me for city services. And I just want to say that on the record. I'm not going to give any credence to anything else that was said earlier because a lot of it is not factual and it's not worth commenting on. Selective reporting is not how I like to see things get out there. I like to see the things that we accomplish, the things we work hard on, some of our struggles and some of our successes. They're all worth warranted and they're all important and they need to be out there for the public to see. and let them make their decision based on the service that they've seen from their government, from their departments. And I always pride myself on being approachable. If there's something that is not going to satisfaction, all they need to do is call. My number is listed as my home number for anybody in my ward or any city issue. And I'm proud to take care of that, as I have been for the last 9 years. So I just want to leave that in closing and thank each and every one of you for coming. Thank you for your comments. And if you want to watch the video, we've been videotaping these meetings since January, and they're there for your review. And I encourage anybody to see this meeting and any other meetings if you can't make our meetings on Tuesday nights. Thank you so much and have a great night. Make the motion. All right. Motion and second, all in favor? Meeting is adjourned.